Warning: before working on any equipment, be sure to save any work and disconnect all power to the equipment. Welcome to RhinoFab Tutorials. Today, you will be walked through how to install a Sigma 7 upgrade kit. The tools needed for this install are a hammer, a large and durable flathead screwdriver, a small flathead screwdriver, a small Phillips head screwdriver, and a 5 and 6 mm Allen wrench. Begin by identifying the major components that came with your upgrade kit. These parts will be the motion controller and button box assembly, motor and gearbox assembly, computer power supply, and display port cable. Locate the motor on your existing system. It should look similar to the one in this image. There will be two connectors that need to be taken off the existing motor. To take these connectors off, unscrew the 4 Phillips screws and pull the connectors off. Now, identify the 4 bolts in each corner of the motor mounting plate. Use a 5 mm Allen wrench to take these bolts out. Once these bolts are removed, head to the opposite end of the rail. There is 2 belt tensioning bolts that need to be loosened, but not removed. Use a 6 mm Allen to loosen these bolts. Back to the rail's motor end. Insert a flathead screwdriver between the motor mounting plate and the gearbox housing. Gently insert the flathead screwdriver and use a hammer if necessary to get the screwdriver deeper. Gently pry around the edges of the box until the motor comes loose from the belt. This may take some time to get the motor pulled completely out. To reinstall the new motor and gearbox assembly, insert the assembly into the belt, making sure the splines on the gear match up to the splines on the belt. Make sure the motor connections face toward the belt side of the rail. Then, reinsert the bolts and tighten. You may need to turn the motor slightly to get the holes on the motor adapter plate to line up. Once the bolts are tight, go to the opposite end of the rail and tighten the belt tensioning bolts that were loosened earlier. Now we will install the computer. Locate your existing computer. You will need to remove all cables attached to your computer and remove the computer along with the power cable. Place your new computer in the same spot. Take the new power cable and insert the green end into the port on the computer labeled DCI N9V, 50V and tighten the 2 outside screws. Then, plug the other end into your power outlet. Locate your monitor and access the area with the ports. You will need to identify if your monitor has a display port. If it does, use the included display port cable. If your monitor does not have a display port, you will need to use the included adapter for the blue VGA cable. You will also need to plug in the USB cable coming from your monitor to your new computer. We will cover how to install both cables, starting with the display port. Begin by unscrewing the blue VGA cable from the back of the monitor. Unplug this cord, take the display port cable, and plug one end into the monitor in the port shown here. Then, insert the other end into the computer port labeled DP. If your monitor does not have a display port, leave the blue VGA cable plugged into the monitor and attach the VGA adapter to the cable's computer end. To assemble the VGA adapter, insert the blue end into the VGA cable and tighten the side screws. Then, insert the cable into the port labeled DVI. Make sure to tighten the screws to secure the connector. Locate the USB cable coming from the monitor. The end that was in the old computer will be inserted into the new computer. Insert the USB into any open port. Finally, we need to hook up your new motion controller to the new computer. Replace your existing motion controller with the new one, but keep your blue Ethernet cable. To install this Ethernet cable, plug one end into the motion controller port labeled CN11A and the other end into the Ethernet port labeled LAN2 on the computer. Finally, take the remaining cables coming from the motion controller and connect them to your new motor. Remember to tighten the screws securing the power cables to the motor. This concludes the tutorial on installing a Sigma 7 upgrade kit. If you have any questions, please feel free to call us at 480-985-4926. Thank you for watching.